I guess I'm number one. That means you can forget after the first one for the other four. What I'd like to do is give you a history a little bit about my magic, where I started and where I ended up. And I'm going to start out by when I was growing up in high school in New York. And of course, back 50, 60 years ago, people weren't as honest as they are, of course, now in New York. And there were people on the streets and they would go to you and say, hey, look, I can take a 1 and make 100 out of it, right? And things like that. And you thought, that's great. So I thought I would do that with somebody here. Who would like to make some money? Who has a $20 bill maybe? You have a $20 bill? That's great. Can I borrow you a $20 bill? I really appreciate that. Okay, just to make sure in case you might see it again, just put your name or initials on the front of it or something like that. Okay, and your name is?
Scott.
Scott, thank you. You couldn't put the, okay, Scott, thank you very much. And you want to increase your money, right?
Yes.
I'm assuming you're walking around in New York and you want to increase your money to a 50 or 100 maybe or something like that. The Oakland Magic Club has been very generous. They've provided some of the supplies like whatever I produce here. So here we go. On the streets of New York, 42nd Street, just imagine the $20 bill. Notice my fingers do not leave my hands. Very, very important. I fold it like that. I fold it like that. And could you blow on it? And of course, for your bank account and my entertainment, I'm going to give you a $100 bill. And yes, I am going to let you keep that $100 bill. So let's give him a hand while he gets the $100 bill. And congratulations. Okay, moving right.
That looks kind of fake.
Oh, bummer. Well, the other side looks good. The other side's really good. The other side's, yeah, this is not very good. That's okay, though. Well, for your efforts, you get a little hacksaw here. Be careful, okay? Okay, so I was growing up in New York, and then I went off to college, but I would come back to New York to visit. And do any of you play tennis? Any of you play tennis? We have some tennis players here. And I played tennis, and the United States Tennis Open is in Flushing Meadows or was in Forest Hills back at that time. So I would come there to watch the match. And I thought I'd recreate a match for you of doubles. Okay? And why don't you look at that? I have a racket here. Why don't you look at that? Just look at them, and here's a tennis ball here, and just look them over and make sure that they look okay, or whatever you need to do for them. Okay, and you have some angles here so you can watch me all around. So we're going to recreate a game of tennis. So I forgot one thing. A game of tennis doubles, and we had a can. These were souvenirs that I got from the United States Tennis Open. And who has my ball? You have my ball here, and I also have a racket, right? And I'll take the racket here. So Byron, we're going to be tennis buddies here, okay? And do you know how to keep score in tennis or anything like that? I'll help you, no problem. We have a tennis racket. You want to swing forehand or backhand?
Forehand.
Forehand, so you're going to swing forehand. Now I'm going to take the ball like that, put it in my hand here. You're going to take the racket, swing. Don't hit my hand though. That's kind of bad, you know. So let me take it here, give you the racket, and I just want you to swing at the ball. Perfect, that was a fantastic swing. It went exactly where I wanted it to go, right over here. That's very good. Not only do we get an applause, but we're winning 15-love. So that's really good. Okay, so now that's 15-love, and it is my turn, if that's okay. So I'm going to do, you did forehand, so I'm going to do backhand. I'm going to come over here, watch it. Swing the ball like that. And yes, the ball didn't go exactly on top here, but it did go exactly under here. So that makes it 30-love.
No.
15-30, it skips like that in tennis.
Oh, okay.
Even out of our country it skips. Okay, so it's 30-love, it goes 40 in the game. So for the next point, being a magician, I thought, well, I'll do a kind of a sneak type of shot here. So I took the ball, and I pretended like I put it in my pocket. Of course, you can't do that in tennis, of course. And I take my racket here, and I swing, and I hit it up like that. And of course, if you can see, the ball goes right underneath here, and that makes it 40-love. So that's pretty cool, 15, 30, 40.
Okay, cool.
The last point, I couldn't get away with that. I mean, putting it in my pocket, that's kind of cheesy, right? It's not good. So what I have to do is I have to take the ball, put it in my hand like that, and I have a loop, a top spin loop shot. So I go like that, I loop it like that, hit the ball like that, the ball comes down under here, and I got 15, 40, 40 game. So that's so the key thing for this is you can win at tennis, even with a little cheating and stuff like that. Okay, so I graduated college, and I went to a place called Iowa. And in Iowa, I went to the largest town in northwest Iowa called Sheldon, Iowa. We had 5,600 people. And they had a lot of businesses like hogs, cattle, etc. But they had something else, and that was a rope factory. Because they would take ropes that they use for different purposes, and they would put rings and other things on it. So I want to show you how I was able to use my magic. Whoa! And learn magic from it. Yeah. Okay, so you want to just examine these ropes. Just examine the magnets, the trapdoors, make sure they stretch really well. None of that, right? Okay, good. So I have a long piece here, and I have a short piece here, and I have this middle piece here. 3 different pieces of rope, 3 different layers. This is called the illusion of the ropes, because if I shake it and blow, of course the illusion is such that the ropes look like they're all the same length. So we have a long piece. Thank you. We have a long piece here. We have the 2 short pieces here, and we have the 5th piece here. Now, there wasn't a lot of applause, I understand, because I'm using, 3 pieces of rope, and you only have 2 eyes. So it's hard to follow so many ropes. Right? So here, I'll give you one of the ropes here, and that gives us 2 pieces of rope. You're looking like a hawk. Maybe 2 pieces is too many. Maybe what I should do is just shake, and we'll just create 1 piece of rope. And that way we can do some magic for that. Okay. So as I mentioned, it's not just a piece of rope, it's a ring. And of course, it's very easy to put the rope on the ring, right? But let's make it a little bit harder. Let's take the rope, and let's put a little knot in it like that. And now I have to take the ring and get it to go through the rope. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if you know that, but I'm not good at getting the ring to go onto the rope. But what I can do is, can you do me a favor here? Just take the ring, and I can just pull it like that, and I can have the ring, rope on the ring. Now, if it's on the ring like that, you know what that means. That means if it goes on the ring, I want to hold onto the ring, it should be able to come off the ring, right? And that's, of course, very important. One way this works, and it's good to have a spectator here that's enthusiastic and all that, is we use something called misdirection, or misdirection, or whatever we want to call it, so we accept. What I do is I have you watch over here. But what I do is I snap over here for misdirection. And while you're looking over there, yeah, you see, I got you to look over here. So that's what we're supposed to do. I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking it's the knot. It's a trick knot. And the way I tie it, it goes through the knot. That makes a lot of sense. But I'd like to tell you, unfortunately, it's not really the knot. So if I untie the knot here, like that, it's the ends that cause all the trouble. It's the ends that are causing this rope to cause this ring to stay on or stay off. So let me show you. If I take the ends over here and I kind of shake them and pull them off, you want to hold that here? Thank you. We have it so that the rope is stuck on the ends, and it's not really the knot. You don't need the knot in order to do anything, except complete the trick. So you want to hold it in your hand, put the rope in it, and what I'm going to do is just gather it like that, and watch if I blow on it like that and shake, that I can cause the ends to kind of go back on the rope.
Nice.
So, what I'm using is I was using 1 piece of rope, the ring. What else was I using? 2 pieces of rope, and 3 pieces of rope. And if you remember how long these pieces of rope were, if you remember, I had one that was kind of a medium length. I had one that was a really, really long length, and of course I had one that was a short. So that's what I learned in Iowa. Okay, moving right along. Then from Iowa, I came to California. And you have your deck of cards? Want to take them out of the box and shuffle them and do whatever spectators do to cards. I was working for a company called Imager. And what Imager did was they took images and they put them together on the internet. But they're always working on science fiction or a fantasy type thing. Okay, let me see. And your name is?
Giovanni.
Giovanni?
Yeah.
Okay, so Giovanni is loaning me a deck of cards. Hopefully you can see that most of them are normal. Are there any 2 minutes? Okay. They're normal cards here. And I need, well, we have a volunteer here. So I'm going to use you. Do you take pictures?
Yeah.
And you use what? A camera, right?
Camera.
And they were working on trying to figure out a way of doing it so that they don't even need a camera. So let me show you what I was going to do. What I'm going to have you do is pick a card, quickly show it to everybody, and put it underneath the ring. Okay, so just say stop sometime.
Stop.
Right here, right towards the beginning. Take that one or the next one, whichever one you want. Okay, take it, show it to everybody. Okay, everybody see it? It's down there? Okay, what we're going to do is use your hands in order to find that card. Okay, and we're going to print it based on your mind energy. So we have these pieces of paper here. Okay, so I'm going to tilt it like this, and we'll take the first piece, put it down here, second piece down here, piece here, piece here. Just touch one of these, just touch one of them. That one right here, hold out your hand, put your hand on the top of it, put your other hand on the top. Okay, you could have picked any place, right? Turn your hands over. Think about the card. Picture a card right here. I need you to open your eyes. Picture the card right here. Picture I had to, okay? And when you got to blink your eyes. She blinked her eyes. So what they were working on as Imager is a way of taking that card before spades and developing. Lift up your hand. And ladies and gentlemen, if you notice, yes! We actually got a picture of my card. Okay, that's my act. Oh, I'm sorry, I borrowed a $20 bill. I have the ball here. Can I borrow that thing here? And this ball, I said, was very important. If you look inside the ball, there's one card. You want to open it up? And is there a signature on it?
There is.
Is it yours?
It is.
Thank you very much.